And join me later back in Northleach for the filming of Series 2 of This Country.
Mr. Knibbs,
He's a legend, he is.
Absolute legend.
We find out what happens to you two. Oh.
Who's this then? Paparazzi?
So join us with Big Mandy,
Parasites.
Kerry and Curtin for the filming of Series 2, This Country.
I'm not joining you.
Yeah.
I've got enemies in North Cerney. I've got enemies in Cerney Wick. I've got enemies in Bourton on the Water.
It was the comedy that showed a different side to the Cotswolds.
Big camera mark.
And now Kerry and Curtin are back in the village.
I mean, at first we were a bit rusty, so it took us a bit longer to get into it, but as soon as we're in the flow of it, it just is so nice to be back.
It's quite difficult to break out of.
Yeah, but out of character. Just go around talking like that the whole time. And
Quite rude to my mum when I get home as well. So.
For Daisy and Charlie, this is of course the difficult second album. So what can we expect this time?
a lot of our old characters coming back. So we've got Mandy coming back, we've got Len coming back, and Slugs, of course.
Yeah, I think you just get to know a bit more about each character's sort of their journey sort of develops a bit, and stuff like the Vicky, you find out a bit more about his home life and stuff like that.
Yeah, delving a bit deeper into the layers of Len as well.
Layers of Len.
All right, Kerr. Listen, I thought I'd let you know I got a baby Oleg now from a smoke-free home and a pet-free home. So the set's complete if you want to come. She's the same, you know, she's in charge of the village and she's just doing her thing.
What's it been like to be part of this series?
It's awful. You know, they're just a pair of megalomaniacs, Charlie and Daisy. You know, you're not allowed to say anything or do anything. No, it's lovely. They're brilliant. We laugh all day long.
And I was listening to the couple of scenes over there, I'm talking to Charlie and Daisy as well. One of the joys is they do script stuff, but there's a bit of improvisation as well. I mean, that must be great fun to do.
Yeah, it is. And it shows a respect, I think, for us as performers, you know, that we can all just muck in and we just try and make one another laugh. And if we can do that, then hopefully that makes the audience laugh.
Oh, all right, man.
Yeah, something like that.
What is it about this series that works, you think?
Yeah.
I would say there's three things that make the show work for me. One is it's very funny, I hope. That's the most important. Two, it's got such a sense of place, and the whole village and surrounding area is like essential to that. And thirdly, it's got kind of story and heart underpinning everything. So those jokes feel like they've got weight and you care about the characters.
And life is very different for Daisy and Charlie now. After the success of Series 1, they're having to get used to the fame.
People have been so lovely, and lots of people come up to us and say how much they love the show, or tell us story, like local stories. You know, people come up to us on the filming.
A few people follow you around the supermarket, and that's really about it, to be honest.
That's as much as fame gets in Cirencester, is
it is, yeah. Now I know how Lancewell and Bowen feels.
Yeah.
Poor bloke.
He's so humble.
Oh, yes.
And to prove that point, on Saturday night, I interviewed them in front of 500 fans for This Country Rocks the Cotswolds on home turf in Cirencester.
Might as well retire now. What's the point in carrying on?
Just so much love in the room, and it was so great to meet people that have been watching the show and find out what their favourite bits were. You know, and it also kind of helps us when, you know, thinking of writing in the future, you know, what worked really well, and it was fantastic.
Great to do something local as well. I mean, even people came from quite far in the end, which is amazing. We didn't think we'd sell any tickets.
No, so that was brilliant.
Last time the cast and crew were in Northleach, no one knew what they were doing. Now expectations are understandably high. Series 2 of This Country airs early next year.
Cut there!
Steve Knibbs, BBC Points West, Northleach.